fine. Just do whatever you got to do. I said, yeah, okay. That's all right. Well, Austin's basketball coach is a woodworker too, by trade. And he's a good guy. One thing I like about him, at the end of every basketball practice, he would do a Bible study with all the kids that are willing to listen and study, and that really hit to me. If he's taking time out of his schedule just to, after practice, hey, let's go over this Bible, go over a Bible verse or whatever, minister to the kids that are willing to stay and listen. So they was doing their thing the other day at the school because basketball season's over with, and I told Jessica, I said, ask him if he's got some of that red oak there. And lo and behold, he said, yeah, I do. Come on by the shop. And I want you to know, he was going to give that to me. And I told him, I said, I can't. I said, I can't just take it. I said, I'm doing this for a client. I'm making a little money off of it and whatever. He said, well, give me $20. I said, are you kidding me? He said, no. He said, I would rather just give it to you, but you don't want to take it that way. I said, no, that's not the way I am. He said, give me $20. And I want you to know, he gave me $150 worth of material for $20. I could have bought and spent way more than that. But the Lord was urging me not to go ahead and spend that money on that material. So many times we jump the gun on stuff. We want this and we want it this way. Folks, we need to stop, step back, and listen to what God is telling us to do. I'm just as guilty as the rest of you. But most of the time, we want to do things our way. The Lord will do them a certain way. You want to do good for Him. You want to do things, that are pleasing to Him. But it's not always that way. He don't want it done a certain way. He wants it done His way. Welcome. Come on in. Have a seat, brother. And if we will stop and just let Him do things His way, He will bless you and bless the people that you're around. See, now that He blessed me with saving that much money, I can take it on Him because I'm not going to charge Him extra money for this material. I'm not going to say, hey, I bought this material for this amount and put that money in my pocket. No, I'm going to say, hey, look what the Lord has done for you. And this turns into a testimony. I get to witness to Him saying, hey, Jesus Christ blessed me with this and I'm going to bless you with it now. Pass that on and show Him. Look what the Lord can do. When you're patient and you listen to Him and you follow His way, He will bless you and the people around you. I tell my kids, it just don't come easy. You've got to